Galatasaray 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Um, Funny game. Welcome into Top of the Perch. I'm your host, as always, Nick Bird. They say the Rams Park in Istanbul, it's nicknamed Hell. They always say, "Welcome to Hell," the Turkish fans always proclaim to an opposing team coming in. Yeah, it is. It kind of is. And it was funny about it. So Tottenham come into this match with a B- squad, and they just got completely dominated in this game. Like, you can really only laugh about it. The fact they only lost by one is quite laughable. But, I mean, boy, oh boy, there's funny times. Given that injuries have taken over this Tottenham squad now, I did not expect much coming from this game. It was going to be a struggle, no matter what. So this is the toughest test Tottenham faced in the Europa League this year. It is the toughest environment they will play most likely in the Europa League this year. Turkish fans are second to none. It was going to be difficult no matter what. Obviously, they end up losing. And it starts very quickly in the 6th minute. Agun, just an absolute screamer. Absolute screamer, 20 yards out. Far post top corner. Just an absolutely insane shot. You just got to sit back and just say, wow, that was amazing, while laughing just at how outstanding that goal was. So Tottenham go down 1-0 early, but I mean, it is what it is. That's really the mindset here. It is what it is. We gave up the goal. Whatever. And you just got to laugh it off. Tottenham were completely outplayed, outmanned, outmatched this whole game. I never thought for a moment they were going to win this game, even though as we get to the 18th minute, it's a beautiful build-up. Archie Gray ends up he's on the left side this game compared to the right. He delivers a beautiful cross into the box to, I believe it was Johnson there. Johnson gives it to Lancashire. Gives it to Will Lancashire, who has a wide open net, scores his first ever goal for Tottenham. The Tottenham Academy player. Boy, oh boy, that's a good feeling goal. That did level the match at 1-1. So, yeah, for a moment it feels like, okay, we may get a point out of this, but this was the 18th minute. This thing's going to fall apart much quicker, and of course, it very much does. Coming into this match, the talk was, Victor Osimhen has not scored a goal in the Europa League this year for Galatasaray, the great, great striker for the Green Eagles of Nigeria. I mean, it's amazing that he's just in Turkey to begin with. I mean, the fact that he fell out at Napoli with Antonio Conte is quite funny. He could have easily had a hat trick today because he did have a goal ruled off sides, but he ends up finding the back of the net for the first time in the Europa League this year in the 31st minute. Just an absolutely insane goal. Forster, what'd you expect? Can't really expect anything from him, to be honest. It was just a brilliantly played ball. He basically, if he could, he would have went running to the crowd. He runs up to the gates of the crowd, just celebrates with them, and then just another insane build-up by Galatasaray once again in the 39th minute. Finds Osimhen, and again, Forster just looks dumb. And it's 3-1 Galatasaray going into the half. Nothing much really more to be said. Tottenham were not marking Osimhen, and that very much cost them on those 2 goals that he scored, and obviously the third that was that was the offsides. Then it was the 58th minute, I believe, right around there. 59th maybe. again, it's right in that time range. But there's a foul on the field. The foul is on Will Lancashire, who's already on a yellow card. He gets shown a second yellow, which means the game of his debut goal ends up being a sending off as he is shown a red card, and Tottenham are down to 10 men for the last 30 minutes of this game. Things could go from bad to worse here, but for Tottenham, they truly didn't get as bad as they could have been, truly. It could have been much worse. It could have been much, much worse. But 69th minute, it is Dominic Solanke. It's kind of a cheap goal, if we're honest. A little bit. It's a good ball played into the box to Bissouma, and Solanke deflects it, basically, into the back of the net. It is 3-2 in the 69th minute. Tottenham could not find an equalizer, even though there was an absolute screamer of a shot from Dejan Kulusevski in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. And the whistle blows right at 7 minutes, which kind of insane, if we're honest. But here we are. Tottenham get absolutely outplayed, outmanned, outclassed, outmatched. All those in this game, and it was always going to be a difficult game. It really was. Can't really say I'm surprised by this. Let's take a look at the stats, and they do tell a story. 28 shots for Galatasaray in this game. 5 for Tottenham. Shots on target, 10 for Galatasaray, 3 for Tottenham. 20 shots in the box for Galatasaray, 4 for Tottenham. You can kind of see where this is going. The stats very much lopsided in this game. Shows Tottenham just absolutely demolished today. There's no other words around it. They were absolutely outplayed today. And part of that, I do think, is a little bit the squad rotation. But part of it is, like, they just were not set up to win this game today. That's really all it is. So with that being said, let's move into the player ratings. You're not going to see much green on here because it was a bad day. It was a bad day. Heung-min's son, he played the first 45, and it wasn't great. I don't really know what the plan was kind of there, but he was marked every time they tried to get him the ball today, which was a struggle. This game just did not work out for Tottenham any ways whatsoever, and that includes your captain, your striker, the best player on your team, Heung-min's son, just not doing anything today. Will Lancashire could have had a very much higher score, but that second yellow really brings him down. He gets a 6-8. And it really does suck that, his first goal for the senior team, a team that he's obviously gone through the youth academy of, he gets his first goal, but also in that game he gets a red card. That is just sad. I gotta admit the challenge was kind of poor. That's a little bit on him. It could have been much better than that, but here we are. As he only earns a 6-8 in this game. Brennan Johnson had the assist on that Lancashire goal. That was just, it was a good assist. I thought Johnson had a few good opportunities in this game. It didn't end up turning out to be in this game, but I still saw some pretty good play from him as he's one of the more higher scoring players on this team at a 7-2. Midfield was just meh today, honestly. James Madison, he got subbed off in the 66th along with Bergvall. Nothing really separates their ratings, 6-4 and 6-5 respectively. Bissouma, I thought, was the best player in the midfield today. Here's a 7-2. You got a yellow card after that Lancashire red card. I think that was for dissent with the ref. It is what it is. Just you shouldn't be this outmatched by a team like Galatasaray, but just with the way they play, it's hard to keep up. It is very hard to keep up. And Tottenham with a rotated squad due to injuries and rest. Again, I didn't expect much coming out of this game. Archie Gray, he had a good delivery into the box for the Lancashire goal, which obviously was to Johnson first, but I don't get why we're playing him in the back. I get we don't have the depth, but he's a midfielder. He's a 6. I know we're playing him in a wing back position where he is going to be up and attacking, but oh my gosh, play him in the midfield, please. I know we don't have the depth right now, but please do what he's supposed to do. That's all I ask for. Ben Davies is still a stalwart at this club. The fact that both of our center backs are injured right now is just, my gosh. It's put us in this position where we have to play Davies and Dragishin together. I think one of them at a time is okay. Like Dragishin, I thought was quite awful today, if I'm honest. He earns a 5-2. I think he's tied for the lowest scoring player on this team. Boy, oh boy, it was not good. We brought him in expecting much better, and we get this, and it's just, it's not great. I don't like what I'm seeing. But in some points, like when he's playing alongside a Van de Ven or playing alongside a Romero, he looks good. When he is the one to be counted on as your main center back, it's awful. It's bad. I don't know. Pedro Porro, he had the assist on the Solanke goal. He is your man of the match. I thought he was the best player out there today. 7-7, even in a loss. I thought he looked decent today. I thought he played that, right wing back position quite well. Again, I know a lot of people didn't really think that. I thought he was the best player out there today. And Fraser Foster, some of the goals, it felt like he couldn't do anything. Some of the other goals were like, what are we doing? It was a mix of that today. Can't really say I'm surprised. He's not good. I know he had that game against AZ Alkmaar in the last round of the Europa League. Guys, it's AZ Alkmaar. Galatasaray and AZ Alkmaar are two very different sides. So, come on, guys. And then we'll look at our subs. Bentancur and Kulusevski both came on after the half. Bentancur, I thought, was one of the better players of this game at a 7-5. He had a few good opportunities in this game. Then you had Kulusevski, who actually didn't come on at halftime. I thought he did. He didn't. He came on in the 64th minute. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't awful. Sarr and Solanke came on at the same time. Obviously, Solanke has the goal. He earns a 7-2. Sarr, you're in that midfield. It was just, it was because of what the scoreline was, made it difficult for him. He earns a 6-3. Postecoglou, given everything with this match, I gave him a 7 because he wasn't given much to play with, squad depth-wise. But also, I had no expectations in this game. So to walk away only a 1-goal loss, which again is still 0 points, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So you can say Tottenham walked into hell and they lost as everybody expected. And I can completely agree. But you have to remember, Tottenham Hotspur is hell. They were molded by it. They were shaped by it. They aren't just going to do this every game. I think we'll be fine. We got one more game before another international break. Woohoo! The last one of the year. It's going to be on Sunday against Ipswich Town at home. So hopefully going into the international break with a easy and convincing win. Now, easy and convincing is no two words in the dictionary for Tottenham Hotspur. This will be a 1-0 game, most likely, because Tottenham Hotspur hate their fan base. There is no disagreement there. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this post-Europa League recap of Top the Perch. If you just stumbled across this video, click like, click subscribe, tell anybody you know about it. We'll be back on Sunday night to recap that Ipswich Town game. Hopefully, we're going into the international break with a win. Knowing Tottenham Hotspur, we're probably going in with a loss. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again back here on Sunday for another episode of Top of the Perch.